Welcome to the Panic Button. I'm Nina.
And I'm blind.
Just kidding. I really can't see with these on.
Anyway.
Better?
Yeah, much better. Anyway, Elon Musk got a whole bunch of people to cancel their Netflix subscriptions because they're trying to trans kids, talking about sexuality, trans stuff on kids' cartoons.
We've recently just started to watch. We love Toni Collette. United States of Terror was a great show.
Great.
The horror movie she's in
Hereditary.
is great. And she did a Netflix series,
Wayward.
and she's fine. I think she's fine.
Toni Collette's great. Yeah.
We love her.
Yeah.
But the storyline is very transgender focused.
And if you would like for us to react to it, tell you a little bit about it, so you don't have to waste your time with it, let us know in the comments below. Also like and subscribe. And join our memberships to keep this channel afloat. Because we're sinking fast.
No, we're not sinking.
I was joking.
We're meandering our way back up.
Meander. Slow meander.
Yeah,
Anyway,
help us boost that.
We're going to react to J.D. Hillen's video of the Netflix scandal because he's not including the cartoon clips and we don't want to get demonetized. So we're going to do this instead.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, man oh man, we're going to be talking about the massive boycott Netflix is now facing because of the woke content they're putting out aimed towards children. Trust me, it is absolutely insane, and because it is now getting exposed, hundreds of people on social media are saying they're cancelling their Netflix subscription. Now, we're going to get into all of this news and talk about what is going on, but before we do, as always, TikTok gone to post on X. OMG, Dead End Paranormal Park, a show on Netflix, is pushing pro-transgender on children. This show is advertised for 7-year-olds. It's being promoted on Netflix Kids now. Parents beware. And this post, by the way, as of making this video, has over 25 million views. It is blowing up. For obvious reasons, people are not happy. We have a woke organization once again trying to push an agenda onto kids. These people, I tell you, they cannot help themselves. But let's take a look at the video Libs of TikTok posted from the show that is going around. Now, I can't actually post the video itself because I'll get copyrighted, so it would just be a still image and the audio attached to it, but take a watch, man.
It's not the park. It's me. I'm trans, Norma. And everyone at school knows, and everyone at home knows. And being here, it's like a whole new place. I can just be Barney. And I can choose if and when I tell people. I've never been happier. And that's saying something when I spent today chased by terrifying zombie mascots. Pugsley reminded me how important it is to live your life without apology. So I think I gotta give living here a shot. Don't you?
You don't need my permission.
What on earth was that? Nah, seriously, mate, you have got to be kidding me. This is a kids show. Again, apparently for 7-year-olds. They are trying so hard to normalize this agenda to kids. It has got to stop. They should have...
Did you hear what the context was of the conversation?
No.
So this individual, the trans one, right, is talking...
The fat one with the blue hair?
Yeah, we could talk about that in a second.
Okay.
But they're talking to this other individual about God only knows what, because I didn't watch the show, but how they must want to live and try and live in this world because it's just so accepting, and they don't have to tell people they're trans. So if you have to tell people you're trans, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
If you have to tell people you're trans, you're doing a good job because you look convincingly like the other gender, or you're doing such a terrible job.
Yeah.
Right. But the context is like, this is a utopia. I gotta try and live in this utopia where no one's telling me I can't be this or that or the other thing. And you're telling kids that, like, this is all great because you don't have to, like, limit yourself. It's not limiting yourself. You're limited in the body you're given to not be able to change genders physically. It just doesn't work that way.
Right.
It's not the world limiting you, honey. It's your body. It's science. It's biology. If anything, it's God. And man believes that they can take it into their hands and change it.
I could staple a screwdriver to my head, but it's not going to make me a tool.
I mean, yeah.
You can put things in your body. You can put things on top of your body. You can remove things from your body, but it's not going to make you become someone who is born the sex you wanted to be born as.
No, and I'm okay with the idea of people who truly need it transitioning to feel more comfortable and present as the opposite gender.
But
present in that way. But I don't think it's something we should be talking with kids about.
No, because kids won't understand. Kids will be like, oh, you can change your gender? So all I have to do is this and this and this, and it will happen. And they're going to get an idea in their head that's completely skewed and is not actual reality. Because what you're telling a kid isn't actually what's real. You're not telling
You're also teaching them not to tell people about it by saying, wouldn't life be so perfect if I didn't have to tell anyone I was trans? If no one cared what was in my pants? Well, no one does care except for your doctors and potential spouses, potential dating partners. Those people care a lot about it. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but they care if you're in the bathroom too.
Yep.
And no one's sitting here going up to people and asking them if they're trans. No one is doing that. Maybe if you're going into their bathroom and you obviously look different, they'll ask you, but they're not doing it in everyday life. Calm down, take a deep breath, and realize you're being a little crazy.
They won't ask you if you're in their bathroom, though.
I've been told it's wrong to do this because it only makes people more mad, but please calm down.
Yeah. See, a child's going to believe that it's like if the parent or the cartoon says, you can be a boy, Jenny, if you want to be a boy. And they're going to be like, oh my God, that means that I'm going to look just like Jason. And it's like, no, no, no. But that's what they're going to think because of cartoons like this. They're going to think that they could look just like Jason with their face, but like masculine and stuff. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. No, what they have to do is like all this really crazy stuff that only people who really, really need it after years of therapy get done. But no, Jenny, no, it's not how it works. You don't all of a sudden become like born again male. Nah. So also kids can't comprehend or mentally be able to process what you're telling them. They're going to live in a fantasy land about it. They're going to have that fantasy land idea like Peter Pan. They're going to take you literally. And when they say a man can become a woman, that's not actually literal. The adult might believe, or the cartoon might believe that it's literal, but it's not.
Not wanting to tell people about it, not getting asked about it. That means that it is a world where it is completely normal and we don't talk about those kind of things. That's what they want.
They want to make a child believe that the world is not the world they're living in.
The only conversation they want to be had about it is, yes, where do I sign? When's the date?
But that's not how regular people in the world works.
I know. It's targeted for 7-year-olds, it says.
That's twisted. When I was 7, I believed in Santa. What do you think these kids are going to believe?
That Santa's going to give them a sex change.
And if they actually want to go through with it down the line, are they still going to have that idea in their head? After years of having this idea in their head, then they're going to be totally let down once they find out that they can't actually look like Jason. They're going to look like Bertha Cox. Bertha Cox. Yeah, Bertha Cox don't look like a man. She looks like a fat lady with blue hair. With a beard. She looks like the bearded lady at a carnival. That, and also, if you're talking about trans, you got to talk about genitals, you got to talk about sexuality, you got to talk about boobs, you got to talk about hormones. Kids aren't able mentally to comprehend any of it, so why are you giving them these ideas?
If/when I have children, I'm buying a DVD player. And we are going to only let them watch the DVDs because I can control what we buy for DVDs. I may allow them access to one playlist on YouTube, which I have approved and is like password locked. One playlist that we can watch videos from that I know are safe. And other than that, I just don't trust the kids with internet. It's so scary. It's so like Netflix, Hulu, you name it. Any shows that are coming out these days, I would not trust. There's a few that I grew up with. There's some that you grew up with that I would totally be fine with and I would buy the box set for. And cancel your Netflix if you want. I'm not gonna, just because I really don't think it matters. It's not gonna change what they do. It's not gonna change what they put out. I might cancel it in the future because I'm not enjoying the content available.
Crap.
There's not a lot of content available. It's very limited. And the stuff that they're making exclusive to their app is not that good. And so we've talked about this before. The 7 Cs allows you to watch content through other means. So go find it. If you really want to find something that's only currently available on this app, you can find it a different way. You can also go buy the box set. People forgot about those.
A lot of Netflix content is very woke. It's garbage. A lot of it.
You're paying not for their content. You're paying for them to like host content that you want to watch, and it changes. It's not consistent.
And most of the stuff no one wants to watch anyway.
For people in the U.S., it's a lot of foreign films.
A lot of foreign films that always irritated the crap out of me.
Anime,
I'm like, ooh, this looks good, and then you find out it's foreign. Like,
anime likers might want that because they like some anime.
I'm
but
talking
it's not,
about like
it's like foreign like film.
Spanish or Korean.
Spanish I can understand.
Swedish.
Spanish I can understand because a lot of the U.S. does speak Spanish. I'm not trying to justify it being all of it.
Can't they put it in a different category? Because you put it all in like the horror category.
I'm just saying how
and
many
I'm
Americans,
like, ooh, this movie sounds good. And then you find out that it's foreign and the
how many Americans
actors
speak Spanish? How many Americans speak Korean? You know what I'm saying?
The voice actors suck all the time. All the time.
Yeah, they
don't
don't
get me
get
wrong, because it's all the time. And I can't even watch it at that point because their mouths aren't moving with the words, and the voice actors sound like you paid them $5 to come into the booth and read some lines. It's crap. Netflix is crap anyway. So, yeah.
Cancel it, keep it. Your call.
Your call. But don't let your kids watch it.
If you're any good at parenting, you should probably know what your kids are up to, especially if they're young kids. I know when they get a little older, you can let them slide with the here and there. The internet's a dangerous place, especially for young kids.
Kids can live in a fantasy, but it's got to be a fantasy that has nothing to do with sex in any way or creepy stuff.
Shit.
You know what I mean? I mean, you're picking up and putting down.
Yeah, I think anyone agrees with you.
There's a lot of kid creepy crap, cuties and stuff like this all over Netflix. Children should not be anywhere near it. I certainly wouldn't have my child anywhere near it.
Agreed.
It's gotta stop. They shouldn't be bombarded with your woke agenda. Leave the kids alone. It is so simple, yet these people, they just can't understand that. But I tell you now, ladies and gentlemen, it don't stop there, of course. It don't stop there. Why would it stop there? It's not only the show itself causing all of this outrage, it is also the writer behind the show who goes by the name of Hamish Steele, because allegedly this person made some disgraceful comments about Charlie Kirk losing his life. Yep. Here we go again. Libs of TikTok post on X, you will never guess who the creator of this show is. A he/they LGBTQ.
He is a walking red flag. These people are evil, and most of the time, they didn't work to get these positions. They just knew someone else who was just as crazy as them, who was in a higher position. Usually they're born into wealth. They're not respectable people. They're usually giant jerks.
And he clearly is okay with people dying. I think it's interesting that people keep calling him a Nazi. I saw a video today where it was Charlie Kirk spray painted the N-word on the side of a bus, but we're going to make a holiday for him. Is there any? I don't even know.
No, it's not true.
I don't even know where that came from.
When people call Charlie Kirk a Nazi, they should just call themselves retarded instead, because it just proves to me that you have never watched him and that you're just listening to short clips or other people and what they've said, and you're just following along like a follower. You're not original. You're a freaking carbon copy of every woke Karen this side of the Mississippi.
I was looking through the comments and it was literally everyone going, "This is exactly what happened." I'm like, but he didn't spray paint the N-word on a bus. He just said that he didn't believe in abortions and that he believed in God and that DEI was kind of destroying people's trust in their fellow man. He wasn't screaming the N-word.
For a while, I wasn't for AI taking the jobs of people in Hollywood, but now I am. I want AI to take every single one of their jobs. And I will be happy and I will celebrate with pom-poms.
Doing a little cheer.
And a kazoo. Little party hats and balloons, a wacky, wavy,
inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Huh.
His posts are protected.
Unlike the children he writes shows for.
A he/they LGBTQ blue sky fan who mocked Charlie's and called him a. Is anyone surprised? Absolutely not, because these people are all the same. And here are the comments on your screen. He/they/zer/them/she/her, whatever pronouns are being used, made in response to Keir Starmer talking about Charlie Kirk losing his life. Why the F are you even commenting on this? Yep, these liberals are incapable of forming a sentence without swearing. You sympathy for any of the families being by your weapons, but a random gets shot and it's a public statement. You're such an effing evil S.
Wow, sounds like someone I want writing kids shows.
So clearly a very nice person, right? As these woke liberals are, not aggressive, and somebody you'd like to have a conversation with. Absolutely not. These people all act and talk the same. It is unbearable, but these are the sort of people Netflix like to work with. Tells you all you need to know. So all of this is now leading to hundreds of people coming out and saying, I am boycotting Netflix and cancelling my subscription. Even Elon Musk has come out and said he's cancelling his. This is how big all of this is getting. Elon Musk joins Netflix boycott as mass cancellations grow. The billionaire's decision announced via his X account on Tuesday stems from a fury over a children's animated series accused of promoting transgender ideology and inflammatory social media remarks from its creator about the recent of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. When former US Department of Energy scientist Matt Van Swol posted, "Just cancelled my Netflix subscription. If you employ someone who celebrated the of Charlie Kirk and makes content that pushes pro-trans content on my kids, you will never get a dime of my money," Musk replied with a single word, saying his post went viral, racking up more than 13.5 million views, 186,000 likes, and nearly 10,000 comments within 24 hours. And as you can see now on your screen, countless screenshots of people doing exactly the same thing. People are tired of this. They don't want to give their money to an organization that is playing a part in trying to indoctrinate kids. And then also the writer's comments about Charlie Kirk. These people are simply evil, man. They really are. Look, as we all know by now, entertainment is one of the tools heavily used by these woke activists to try and brainwash children. It has to be addressed. It needs to stop. But this controversy has blown up so much that allegedly it has now affected the Netflix stock. StockTwits have reported Netflix stock on retail's radar as executives Charlie Kirk's remarks spark backlash. Musk joins cancellation wave. Netflix shares fell 1.5% in early pre-market trading on Wednesday, with retail investors' views tracking lower as backlash over the remarks of a Netflix TV show creator regarding Charlie Kirk's blew up into calls for cancelling the streaming service's subscription. There is also a general negativity sentiment among market participants as the US entered a government shutdown, and that is also likely contributing to the stock move. So the question is, will Netflix come out and address this backlash? Because the boycott is intensely growing. I mean, again, we have Elon Musk who has come out and said, "I'm cancelling my Netflix subscription." Millions of people follow him. Millions of people would have seen his tweet. You should not be promoting woke ideology to kids. It is wrong. However,
I have two things to say here. One is, if these companies like Netflix don't start firing these woke people, they're in for a world of financial hurt. And the second thing I want to say is actually a question to the audience and to you. Why do you think that these gender activists, these trans activists, are going after children? Why do you think that is?
Well, for him, if you're doing cartoons, it's perfect that you're going after kids, right?
Why?
Because it's an easy target. They're easy to,
manipulate?
Exactly.
So
to control.
These adults are trying to manipulate children. For what exactly? But there's a reason for these things, and it's never to make the world a more accepting place. When society accepts things like gays, how did society accept us? Did we push our shit on kids? No. What did we say? We said, we're not going after children. We're not going to be talking to children about any of this stuff. We want them nowhere near this stuff. We just want our right to have a legal marriage, a union. That was it. And we were respectable about it. We didn't get violent. We didn't go after children. And we earned respect, so much so that we earned our right to marriage and acceptance from a majority of America. But what these people are doing is entirely different. And they are never going to earn any sort of respect. And the U.S. will not be a very accepting place for these people because of how they're going about it.
It's a scary world we're living in.
There's sick people in this world.
He says he's gay, but doesn't say he's trans, but goes by they pronouns.
Mm-hmm. I won't be surprised if someday soon he decides to adopt a child. Anyway, what do you guys think?
I think you're right about the story showing up one day.
Like and subscribe, everybody.
Comment below.
And we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully a more happy story or funnier.
Oh, yeah. Here's the Queers for Palestine,